Hey everyone, welcome back. Good morning. Welcome to TBM Sports. Let's get into the Wednesday action in the MLB. The voice is not fully back, so if it does go in and out during this video, my apologies. We're going to touch upon just a few games that I will be betting on. I do have 5 best bets, 3 sides totals, and 2 props that I will be sharing. Okay. One thing also is please keep in mind, not going to have the full video breakdown. I can only talk for about 5 minutes before losing my voice. So please understand, and I do apologize for that. So let's get it. Let's talk some baseball. And for those of you that did not bet yesterday, probably a good idea. 1 and 2 on the card. Cashed on the Brewers run line, but Skeens fell short in the first 5, and the Padres kind of didn't get off the bus. So that's what we're left with, looking to bounce back today. Here is the card on Outlier, okay? And let me look at this one. The first game I'm going to target is going to be the Snakes and the Giants. Now, Arizona has been a very good hitting baseball team over the last 7 games, 7 days, whatever you want to call it. They have cashed 4 straight, 4 out of the last 5 victorious, and also on that run line, okay? Going against the Giants and Verlander. This game, I went back and forth with my numbers if I should go the run expectation for the Diamondbacks at home. But I'm going to give them a shot here on the money line. All right. Minus 104, a little cheaper price. If you want to get alternate, you could go Arizona over like 4.5, 5.5. I'm sorry, like 5.5 or even 6.5 if you want to get risky, due to the fact that they are taking on Verlander. You know, I'm not sure how long they're going to stretch him out there, but I do think that the Diamondbacks will prevail in today's action. So that is my first best bet, where I'm a very big high on the Diamondbacks here. Don't really have anything to play for as well, but just got to back the Snakes here in this spot, where I do like them going against Verlander. Okay, next game, Cleveland and Detroit. That was one where wish I would have pulled the trigger on yesterday, but kind of trust kind of what I was looking at, and despite them needing to win, that's not a way that I like to bet more times than not. And like I said, though, I kind of did shout out that futures bet for the Guardians to make the playoffs, and they took care of the first thing they needed to do yesterday. So interesting things will happen if you do take a sweep against the Tigers in this midweek. So we'll see what happens, because they do have another 3-game series against them later on as they look to close off the season. Will they make the playoffs? Who knows? That's a lot of stuff that has to fall in their direction, but it's starting to kind of raise an eyebrow right now at current value. Okay, so I do like the Guardians again. Gavin Williams has been phenomenal. We do get Flaherty on the bump, conversely, and it would not shock me whatsoever if playing Cleveland, a little reverse run line, if you will, because I do think they get this one done as well. Athletics and the Red Sox. This is where we see Lucas Giolito. This is kind of a lean on the Red Sox. If you want to just combine the Red Sox with another kind of minus 150 or more money line, that's kind of where I would see the Red Sox 2-leg parlay, get that plus money. I don't mind doing that in that fashion, but there's no bet officially in this game. Okay, but I like the Red Sox. I just don't want to bet it at a minus 162 price. Red Sox to not bat the 9th, a little attractive. So I guess you could call that a lean as well. But I do like the Red Sox's matchup here going against the A's. Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays. This will be another official best bet. The Blue Jays are minus 118 road dogs. And one thing I have noticed is Nick Fortes, catcher for the Rays. Seems like he is in like a pinch hit role, or start one day, sit one day, and kind of alternates in the starting lineup. Okay, so if he is coming off the bench, check your book, check your house rules, make sure this one will not that it will void. But this is something where even if he does get a pinch hit, the strikeout potential is there. Okay, minus 136 on DraftKings in his last 20 games, guys. He struck out 90% of the games in his last 20. Okay. So a little found this diamond in the rough. So I'm going to be backing Nick Fortes, 1 unit to win 1 unit. So minus 136 is the best number available on DraftKings. It's going to be tough if you can't bet on DK, but find this one out there. I think this is kind of the little my sneaky bet of the day, and so that's why we're going to pounce on it. Nick Fortes to strike out over over 1 or more strikeouts at minus 136. Okay. Moving on, let's get into the other games I do have action in. San Diego in New York, okay? Pivetta going against Peterson. We're on the fade Peterson trade as a train as of recent second half of the season. It's always been that way. And yes, we did lose on the Padres, but they're dangling that plus money for me once again. So to give me San Diego plus 102, backing Nick Pivetta, I think the Padres are a very strong spot here, even on the run line, minus 1.5 at plus 168. Don't mind San Diego. So I'm taking the Padres here, plus 102. All right. Next game, Seattle and Kansas City. This will be the other player prop. We're going to back Jorge Polanco over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This is sitting at a 1.5 level at a minus 105 on Hard Rock. All you guys that are down there in the great state of Florida that love betting on Hard Rock, you get the advantage today, minus 105. And Seattle's been really hot hitting the baseball. 6 in the MLB in my rankings as of my recent power rankings for offense at this moment in time. And that's kind of where we're going to look into Seattle. They are battling the and for some reason this game is not on my card. They're battling the Royals, but I don't understand why. I wrote a note here about the Royals. I can't seem to find it, but nonetheless, I still want to fade the Mariners here. Going against Cole Reagans, I think the Mariners hit their team total. And also, when you bet these props within player props, like hits, runs, RBIs, for example, you can have a lot of great recency bias, and the trend could be proving in your direction. But if you're going against a good pitcher, or it's a bad split, righty-lefty, lefty-righty, maybe there's some rest concern where they don't play the full game, you run into some issues, and also home away, night and day, all that stuff when it comes to handicapping wind direction. There's a lot of things that go into it, because I think when you look at baseball too much face value, like statistics, he's hit a home run in 4 of his last games. I don't think that's a good way to do it. I think there is a lot of extenuating circumstances where, he could have one off night because of something that you failed to look into. So I did do all that stuff, and Jorge Polanco going against the Royals, in my opinion, does set up. So we're going to take him over 1.5. And if you do want to get into the total base category, we'll mention that in the last 5 games, okay, this is where he did not have, he's had over 1.5 total bases in 3 of those last 5. So keep that in mind as you do look for him to get a run, a hit, or an RBI times 2. All right, so Jorge Polanco, I know you guys don't like to bet props, but I like this one as well as the Fortes prop bet, going over 1.5. All right. Back into the board, let's look at the final games before we get you guys out of here. Thank God. I don't know, my voice could do this much longer. But we're going to be looking at the Brewers and the Angels once again. This is another game that I would kind of dance within the likes of the Boston Red Sox. Great dance partner within a parlay, but no play for me officially. All right, and then the one game that almost made my card, this is the Rangers. We do get the likes of Jacob deGrom going against Javier, and I think that deGrom and the Rangers, off a 3-game skid, they need a win. They're right there neck to neck with the Astros in division for that pennant race. So I do think that the Rangers and deGrom take care of business, but Houston, they are right now a little bit surging in that regard. Within some of the offensive numbers I look at, they're still bottom of the pack. And for my money, guys, Texas, this is a game where I don't agree with the handicap. It should be a little bit more so weighted 50-50, but I think that does indicate that Texas is the correct side. So I do lean towards the side of the Rangers. I think this is a little bit more than I'd like to pay, but still a very good price for a team that I think should win in the spot. Okay. And then the last game, why not? 2 of the best hitting teams in baseball, Jesus Luzardo and Blake Snell going. I'm just calling my shot. I think the Phillies get the Snell, okay? And that's kind of how I see the late night game playing out between the Dodgers and the Phillies, okay? Total set at 8. And for my money, guys, the Dodgers hit the flip the switch offensively. And I see this game getting not out of hand, but I do think the 8 is too low. If this was 8.5, I would pass. But at an 8 at these odds, this is a play for the over. Sticking with the trends offensively, like I said, guys, it's pretty much them and the Diamondbacks, the Athletics, and the Mariners pretty much in my top 5 over the last week for offense. So we're going to get the Phillies and Dodgers going over the total 8 late night game out there on the West Coast. Okay, quick recap, and thank God that my picks are done. I'm going to have some tea. So cheers. Let's get this voice back before football. You know, it's really kind of killing me here, but nonetheless, we'll get through it. And the good thing about betting is you don't really need a voice, just a voice to cash tickets. So let's do that tonight. The 5 best bets: Nick Fortes, the 2 props. First off, Nick Fortes to strike out on DraftKings. Jorge Polanco over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. San Diego, Arizona, both money line plays. No parlays, just individuals. And over 8 with the Dodgers Phillies late night. Okay, appreciate you guys. I apologize. I know it sucks, but we'll be back for football hopefully in a much better position. So we will have that Thursday night video coming out a little later on in the evening. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck, and let's cash some tickets. Cheers.